Hi guys, it's Erica from Brains to Beauty, and today I'm here to share with you my makeup travel kit. So if you guys follow me on Facebook or on my social media, I have been traveling a lot for work. I went to Georgia last month. Last week I went to Huntsville, Alabama. Next week I'm going to Denver, Colorado, and then to Colorado Springs to see my family. And the next month I'm going to Sunnyvale, California. I have been traveling a ton for work lately, and this last trip was really unique because I actually had to carry on all of my luggage, which I've never done before. Normally, I would take all my liquids and all my bathroom toiletries, I'd throw them in my checked luggage, check all that stuff, and I would never bring liquids on the plane. So that being said, I had a very unique situation where I had to be very selective about the stuff I was gonna take. Normally, I would take like my full-size shampoo, conditioner, body wash, all that good stuff, and put it in a big, huge toiletry bag. I have a nice big toiletry bag, and I would take all that stuff. When I was limited to a 1-quart bag, my makeup selection and my liquid selection got very small. This is just the makeup. When I went onto the plane, I had this thing completely filled to the brim. The sides were actually busting open. There was a big, huge hole in the bag that I used because I had other things like shampoo, conditioner, face wash, face moisturizer, eye cream, makeup remover. I had nasal spray. Can you hear my voice? Anyway, so before this video gets way too long and I start getting way too chatty, let's go ahead and get into my travel kit. So I had my liquids and my dry makeup and my brushes completely separated into 3 separate containers. My liquids actually went in my Pug Betsey Johnson makeup bag that I got from my aunt, and of course they were in the Ziploc, so they actually went inside the bag. And then I also have all my dry and flat stuff, which includes like palettes inside this container, and this I actually got from Target. It's just a flat makeup bag and it fits perfectly in my carry-on luggage, and since it's flat it doesn't take up a lot of space, which is really nice when you're running out of space on a carry-on. And then of course I have my brush holder. I bought this separate from Sigma. I didn't buy a travel kit or anything. I bought this like I think last year. I think this is $25. It might be more than that. I'll link it down below. I like avoided buying this for the longest time. With as much travel as I do for work and for personal, I pretty much fly like 6 to 12 times a year, and so I really needed a better case, so I got this guy. We'll go in order on how I normally do my makeup. So the first thing I had was a travel size face primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the $10 primer you find right next to the register in Sephora or Ulta. The foundation I picked was the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I like it because it's in a squeeze tube. It's flexible. If it gets crushed, it's fine. It's not going to break or explode, which is really nice. Packable because it is flat and soft container. My next liquid item is my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in medium. And then I've got 2 jarred items. The first one is my NYX eyeshadow base. I probably should have picked one of the eyeshadow bases I have in a squeeze tube. It takes up less space, it's not as awkward, but I've been in love with this, so I was like, I'm just gonna suck up the space and take it. And then as for brows, I've been using my AnastasiaDip brow, and this is in the color Chocolate. This is, even though it is like solid, it's considered a gel, so this is considered a liquid. The next item, which is my Vaseline LipTherapy, even though this is like a lip balm, because it's in a jar form and it's not in a solid piece, I had to put this in my liquid container. So I brought this as well. This is the regular one. My favorite is the cocoa butter one. You guys should try that out. And then I had 3 more liquid items. The first one is the Maybelline The Rocket Waterproof in Blackest Black. Then I had a liquid liner. It's easier for me to take a liquid liner than a gel because it takes less space. And this is the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Lash Booster. And then the last item is my NYX Butter Lip Gloss, and this is in my favorite shade, Madeline. This I love to wear on its own. I'm actually wearing lip butter today, and this is Red Velvet, and I just love their lip butters because they can be worn alone without lipstick, so that's why I opted for the lip butter. Okay, next we're going to go into this guy. This is again the Target makeup bag. It does have a compartment where you can put brushes, but I have so many brushes I end up just keeping it in the brush holder. What I have here on the actual flap are 2 eyeliners, and then the rest are all the dry items. dry makeup, whatever. This stuff is not considered liquid, so let's go into it. So the two liners I have are my two all-time favorite. I alternate between a black or a brown. And the black one is the L'Oreal Infallible 16-Hour Wear in black, and then the brown is my Stila Smudge Stick in Damsel, and this is what I use on my lower lash line. Then I did bring two powders. They're both my BH Studio Pro powders. This is shade 205 and this is 203. 205 is the porcelain shade. I just said 203, but I meant 230, and this is like my all over face. So this is like the highlighted areas, and this is the regular all over. Then I did bring a bronzer, and it actually just broke this morning. It is my Victoria's Secret Bronze Glow Luminous Bronzer. It is the smallest bronzer I have, but it is also one of my favorite bronzers, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it is completely broken. The lid broke like a year ago, and the actual powder broke this morning. Then I did bring two blushes with me. I brought my Travel NARS blush in Orgasm, and then my The Balm Hot Mama blush. I did bring one lipstick, and it was the Urban Decay, and this is the color Naked. It's kind of a pink undertone, and it's just a really simple lip color. It goes with pretty much everything, so that's why I picked this guy. I did bring two palettes with me. I brought my Naked 3, and yes, it has a hair tie on it because the day I bought this, I broke it. I broke the little clasps so it doesn't stay closed anymore, so I just use a hair tie to keep it closed so that I don't accidentally break the shadows. And the other palette I ended up bringing with me was the It's Judy Time. And then the last item I have with me in that bag is my lash curler. This is my Shiseido lash curler from Sephora. So that is it for that bag. And then last but not least, we've got my brushes. This was really complicated. It took me forever to figure out which brushes I wanted and which ones I didn't want, because there's not a shiz ton of space in here, so I had to be really selective about what I picked. The first brush we'll talk about is the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki in F80. Okay guys, so my battery just died, just replaced it, so let's get back into it. The next brush is my Morphe S19 brush. This is my all-over powder brush. The next face brush is my small contour F05 Sigma brush. The next brush is my Crown Angled Blush brush. It is super dirty, sorry guys. Then I have the e.l.f. blush brush, and I actually don't use this for blush. I've never used it for blush. I actually use it to set my concealer under my eyes. Then for eyes, okay, I'm gonna talk about two holy grail products that like I love to death, and I almost wanted to do a separate video for this, but they are my two eyeshadow blending brushes. This one is Sigma, this one is Delium Tools, but the equivalent for Sigma is the E25. I have two of these. That's how awesome they are. The next one is my E40 taper brush from Sigma. This guy is amazing for applying your contouring color to your crease. So this is like the first color that I always put on is that blending color. Now to actually blend out my eyeshadows, I recently purchased this guy. This is the BH Cosmetics blending brush. This thing was like $2.50, people, from Hotluck. You can also get it from BH Cosmetics. I think it's a similar price online too. Okay, the next item is this guy. It's the Sigma E55 shading brush. Next, this one was an extra. I didn't really need it, but I brought it because it was tiny. It is the Crown Chisel Mini Smudger. And then this one I didn't really need either, but I like it a lot. It's the Sigma Blending E36. Then I've got my brow brush. It is the Anastasia Brow Brush number 12. I use this with powder, and I also use it with my dip brow. It works for powder and gel. It's amazeballs. Then next is an additional brush I didn't really need, but it's the Bdellium Tools 716. It is a pointed smoky eye brush. And then the last brush is the Sonia Kashuk Synthetic Concealer brush. Oh, and I do have one more brush. It is the Max Coverage Concealer by Bare Essentials. Yeah, that is it. I know, I had more brushes than I did makeup. Isn't that crazy? Not really. I'm a brush, like, obsessed person, I guess. But yeah, that is it. That is what I travel with. I have those 3 containers for makeup. I know that seems like a lot, but when you wear full face every single day, you know, you really have to pick and choose what you're going to take, because there's only so much you can fit in these little Ziploc bags. If you guys have any comments or questions regarding travel or makeup or like my suggestions or even any of the products I use and why I like them and love them, then let me know, because this is kind of like a favorites video, because when you're on travel, you really want to pick your favorites, like the things that you're okay with using every single day. And so you really gotta like what you're taking with you. Anyway, that is it. If you guys enjoyed, thumbs up if you found it helpful. Of course, comment if you have questions or just want to comment down below on what you guys thought. Oh, and if you're new and you like my video, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can watch more videos from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Erica from Brains to Beauty. Hi guys, it's Erica from Brains to Beauty, and today I'm here to do a comparison review of two very popular, very new drugstore foundations that have been blowing up YouTube. I've got the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Wear and the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. So let's get started. Okay, to start off,